Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Dutton and I am your host, and this is Cop for That. The day after Liverpool played against Swansea City, I am in sunny New Jersey, and this is the top of Washington Rock. I thought I would take you on location today to see the sights and sounds of sunny, beautiful New Jersey. This is where the Americans saw the British landing in New York, way off in the background, and they saw their red coats and 4th of July, and the rest is history, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'd like to give a special shout out to Cop USA for their support of Cop for That, and Liverpool, New Jersey for their ongoing support of the channel. So we've had an unbelievable run. So the amount of games Liverpool have won and tied and been undefeated in relation to the launch of Cop for That has been awesome, and I knew this day was going to come, and I knew it would be a sad one. Again, how many times do you have a game like the Man City game? You know, I think back to Istanbul, I think back to the FA Cup finals in the 80s where Liverpool played against Everton. I think back to the Newcastle Liverpool 4-3s, both at Anfield, and then I think back to my first game against Blackburn Rovers in the Cup. Just phenomenal times. So to have a moment like we had last week, where Liverpool were absolutely incredible against Manchester City in every way, shape or form, to have that moment and then go and play Swansea City and be so unbelievably disappointed. It hurt. Yesterday was a painful day to be a Liverpool fan, and it was painful because, you know, Tottenham have dropped points and Arsenal are so far behind. I think if we could have made that gap away from Spurs, it would have been more beneficial to the team moving forward and Klopp's goals. Let's go over the team news. So Karius is now the number one in goal. He started in goal, and again, jury's out on Karius. I'm yet to see him make a save yet. We played yesterday. He's not made a save. There's no save to make in the game other than the goal, the Swansea score. Right back, he went with Gomez, and he went with Trent. I would like to have seen Trent Alexander-Arnold play. I just think he's more attacking, and he's got a better final ball. But he went with Gomez. Centre half Van Dijk came in with Matip, and left back Robinson continued. I'd have changed both full-backs for this game. I'd have gone with Trent Alexander-Arnold, like I said, more attacking, and I would have put James Milner in at left back, just because I think he's got a better final ball than Robinson, and offers us something different going forward. So that's what I would have done as a manager. I'd have changed both my full-backs. I wouldn't have brought in Virgil van Dijk for this game either. I'd have kept faith in the captain that got us through the Man City game, which was Lovren. I'd have left Lovren in with Matip, and I would have went with the same back two. Midfield three, he went with Horrible Emre Can, and he made him captain. Diabolical decision for me. It really will be a pub question down the line, and it will be basically, how many captains did Liverpool have in season 17-18? Because it's just a joke now when you think of Steven Gerrard being the captain of Liverpool and wearing that armband with so much pride, you know, and Carragher being his deputy. To have it passed around the team, it devalues it for me. There's been so many captains this season. Like I said, it's going to be an unbelievable pub question in a few years. So yeah, Horrible Emre, who won't sign a contract, is made captain. It's a crazy decision. He plays Wijnaldum on the left, and he plays Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right of the three. Up front, Bobby Firmino starts with Mo Salah on the right and Sadio Mane on the left. We have two chances in the first half against Swansea City, and it's a poor Swansea City side. We have a volley from Salah where he hits it left foot first time, and to be fair, for a player of his quality, he should score. And Mane basically has the same chance towards the end of the half. Cross comes in and he hits it, he slips and he misses his target. I think we all should have had a penalty. Ball comes into the box, Mane's in on goal, and he kind of slips when he keeps his feet. I think if he'd gone down off the initial ball control, he would have got a penalty kick. That would have helped Liverpool, I think, dramatically. Virgil van Dijk's had a nightmare in the first half, and so has Joe Matip. For Swansea City sitting deep and defending, our centre-halves have now become centre midfielders. They're so high up the field, they're basically bringing the ball forward. And Matip proved he could not dribble a soccer ball to save his life, or a football. Can't dribble, can't shoot, and definitely can't pass out of the back. Virgil van Dijk was no better. He had one chance in the first half where he falls to him on his head, and again, Merseyside derby, he buries it to goal. He should have scored this goal. That would have put Liverpool 1-0 up from a corner kick. So we had 3 chances to score 3 goals in the first half. We have a situation where a ball comes in, and for whatever reason, Virgil van Dijk's got time. Again, Emre Can's captain. There's no leader in this Liverpool team. There hasn't been a leader since Gerrard retired. But the ball comes in, and for whatever reason, there's no communication from the goalkeeper. If there is, Virgil van Dijk ignores him, and he blasts the ball over his crossbar. How he doesn't score one of the greatest own goals ever, I don't know. But he blasts it over the crossbar, and we defend the corner. Ball comes in again, we defend the corner, falls to Van Dijk, and again, he could clear the ball with ease. He kicks it out for another corner. So he's made 2 mistakes. What bothered me about this situation was, he's laughing when he does the first one. He's laughing when he should be apologising to his teammates. They get the second corner off the Van Dijk mistake, and as it comes in, again, the amount of goals that are conceded from corner kicks that Liverpool concede, we're not having players on the post, is embarrassing, and it's stupidity. We're playing a zonal marking system and a man marking system, so you've got players in zones that when the ball comes into that zone, they're responsible for that ball, and also your man marking threats. So like if you were man marking Peter Crouch, he would be the threat. You would pick him up because he's big and tall. Other strong attacking players, like Diego Costa comes to mind. So you pick up those players. So that ball's obviously coming to Van Dijk's area. And 3 or 4 Liverpool players that were tracking runners have all collided into each other. So basically all 4 Liverpool players have jumped into each other. The typical, we're going to give a mistake. And I knew we were going to go 1-0 down. You could feel it. The longer the game went on, you knew Swansea were going to score a goal. And it comes. Van Dijk heads the ball down straight to the Swansea centre-half, who just kicks it in the ball. And it goes in the corner of the net. And again, if you've got a player on the line, we defend that. The only save Karius was supposed to make in that game, that would have been it. And he couldn't make it. So again, he's failed me. He's failed miserably. My biggest problem in this game, and I've seen it before, is where was Jurgen Klopp? I've coached for over 20 years, and I know when I'm having a day off. My parents know when I'm having a day off, and my wife definitely knows when I'm having a day off, because I'm sat in a chair and I'm relaxed. And I'm not doing a lot of screaming and shouting, and I'm not working. This was a game for me Jurgen Klopp needed to be up on the sideline, managing his team, working as hard as he possibly could for Liverpool Football Club in order for us to get a result. He didn't do that. He had the day off. I don't know why he had the day off, but he chose the Swansea City game to take a break. He did nothing. Every time I saw Klopp in this game, he was sat down and he was not communicating with his fellow coaches. He just looked like he was asleep. He may as well have just put glasses on with fake eyes and just had a kip. So he really, really let me down. He let the team down, and I think he takes the blame. His team selection was poor. Like I said, the fullbacks were bad. For me personally, going after this game, if I'm going to change it, I'm going to take off both my woeful centre-halves, because they just got worse and worse and worse as the game went on. They didn't need to defend in any way, shape or form. They needed to be able to play out of the back, and they did it miserably against one striker in Jordan Ayew. One player they had to play against, and then Bonnie came on for the last couple of minutes. But they looked horrific on the ball. Ability to pass the ball, ability to switch the play, ability to make things happen with speed. They just couldn't do it. So I'm probably moving Emre Can and Georgie Wijnaldum, who he's done this before in the past, into centre-half and taking off both centre-halves. Taking them both off and bringing in some creativity. I made the comment at the start of the game, I was really worried about our bench, because our bench looked terrible. This is one of the first times that I've looked at a bench and gone, I hope we don't need these, because they're not going to do anything. And they didn't. The players we brought on as subs, we brought on Danny Ings, who kind of ran around like a headless chicken, and we brought on Adam Lallana. Now Adam Lallana should have started this game, because what we were lacking is that little bit of creativity. You know, the fact that we've sold Phil Coutinho to Barcelona. that's massive. This is a game that you would look to him to try and win. You know, it's a free kick moment. It's a moment of magic that we were looking for, and there was no magic on show today. Liverpool looked clueless. There's no plan B from Jurgen Klopp. We just struggled all over the field, and my biggest concern now was not winning this game. And again, even a draw wouldn't have been fair to Swansea because they worked hard for that point. But they worked hard against a Liverpool team that showed no passion, no desire, no creativity. The opposite of what they showed against Manchester City. And again, for me, it stems from the fans. The fans that travelled down to Swansea were woeful. I didn't really ever hear any type of singing from that travelling cop. And again, Jurgen Klopp. I want to see crazy, passionate, affectionate, psychopathic, nutcase Jurgen Klopp on the sideline. I want to see him running up and down the sideline. I want to see him pushing and pulling and getting the team up when they need to be raised up. And he never did it. He never did it from minute 1 to minute 94. He just never ever showed up, and neither did his team. So for me, this is a problem now because we could lose the top 4 on goal difference. Imagine that, getting to the end of a season where we've played some fantastic football. We've probably been the second best team in the league behind Manchester City just for sheer entertainment value. And we lose, it really is my worst nightmare, we lose top 4 to Spurs on goal difference, because that's what it's going to boil down to. It really is the case of Jurgen Klopp is the Robin Hood of the English Premier League. We stole 3 points from the rich in Manchester City and we gave them to poor Swansea, and that was a disappointing thing. You know, the likes of Salah, the likes of Mane, Bobby Firmino, they're going to leave at the end of the season. Emre Can, we don't know what's going on for him. And again, Emre Can, let's talk about him. He's captain. Mind-blowing situation. Captain, a player that won't sign a contract for the team. He's captain of the club. The fans were yelling at him to go to Juventus last week, and he's made him captain. That makes no sense to me at all as a fan, as a coach. If I know a kid's leaving, I'm not making that player captain of my football team, my soccer team. I'm not going to do it. So the fact that he had the audacity to make a mockery of that, and I've gone back to this, and I know I talked about it earlier, but it's just a massive head's gone for me. So who knows who's going to be captain next week? There's no clue. I mean, alarm bells are ringing all over. Our defensive players are clearly not good enough. Our midfield lacks creativity. A lot of Liverpool fans were going absolutely ballistic last week and last night in relation to our squad depth. You know, I was confident that we would be okay plodding on to the end of the season, but you know, to lose the likes of Daniel Sturridge, is Danny Ings our only chance of coming off a bench? I think Lallana should be playing now. Georgie Ronaldo's probably gonna miss out there, but we need somebody obviously for the top 3. There's no plan B from Klopp. We need some more creativity up there. For me, again, Bobby Firmino, as amazing as he is, he's not an out-and-out striker. I would definitely go out and try and hijack this Aubameyang deal. I don't know Klopp's relationship with his former player, but I would go out and try and hijack that. We need a world-class striker. We need a striker in general, because I don't think Bobby is that. I'd like to see Bobby playing in one of the wider areas, or in a withdrawn number 9 role, which I think suits him behind the striker. He's creative. I think if we dropped in Lallana last night and Bobby with a striker, you know, the quality of Daniel Sturridge, we would have had more success. But that would have been a game where I'd have probably rotated that. I think the players that would have come in would have been more hungry for their position. I think he missed a trick there, not rotating fullbacks and giving the team, Swansea City, something to worry about. I may have changed the attackers. I definitely would have brought in Lallana. So me personally, I'd have probably made 5 changes for that team, but I would never have brought in Virgil van Dijk to make his Premier League debut. And let's be honest, £75 million worth of a nightmare he had in that game, because he had a nightmare. And I hope all these Liverpool players are having a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror today, because you know what? They showed absolutely nothing last night, and it was a devastating game. It was a devastating loss. It's the first loss for Klopp for that. Jurgen Klopp, cop for that, because that's exactly what you did. I want to see you on that sideline in our next away game, on the sideline against Tottenham Hotspur in our next home game. I want to see you screaming, yelling. You know, we've got a massive game coming up in the Cup against West Bromwich Albion. We need to get back to winning ways. But yeah, I'm devastated with what happened yesterday. Most Liverpool fans are. But we can definitely bounce back. But there's got to be an improvement in relation to his decision making in games, his overall reading of pre-match presentation, and I think if he can correct that and give us Jurgen Klopp every single week, this Liverpool team, the sky is the limit with them, but we need strength, we need top 4, and we definitely need to absolutely put a marker down against Tottenham Hotspur and Huddersfield away in our following game. So again, very sad. I had loads of cool songs that I was going to sing today, but obviously I'm not doing it because of Liverpool's loss. The only song that I can think of basically goes down and it is centering around Liverpool losing players. So I don't want to see any of our top stars leave, but we need to finish top 4. So the next 2 games, we need a response from the Red Men. We need to get back behind the team, and hopefully we can stick 6 points on the board, and again try and re-bridge that gap between Tottenham and Hotspur. Because like I said, my nightmare is we lose top 4 to Tottenham on goal difference. Oh dear. My name's Mark Dutton, a very sad Mark Dutton. This has been Cough for That. If you like it, please subscribe, send us a like, throw a comment on, and again, massive appreciation to Cop USA for all their support, and Liverpool, New Jersey for their ongoing support. Again, my name is Mark Dutton. Take care, have a beautiful day, and I hope you've enjoyed beautiful Washington Rock in sunny, cloudy, crazy New Jersey. Take care, enjoy your beautiful day. We will never walk alone, Liverpool fans. You will never walk alone.